we're going to be taking a look at Black Friday sales because they are coming up. So, Phil, you haven't been with us for a while. Would you like to explain why Black Friday is significant for gaming?
Because silly Americans decided to try and force their spending habits on the rest of the world.
But back into sales, Korean's got a comment here. He says, we've probably noticed that articles from developers in the past few years, the only way they even make money anymore is on Steam sales because there's discoverability is just so poor. So, I mean, you have, and that makes sense, you have so many options on Steam that just filtering through, if you're a big developer, okay, if you're Bethesda or Square Enix, not a problem. You're going to get recognition. But if you are a smaller company. I was looking through some forums and people were saying like, what are some hidden gems that you guys would recommend? And the hidden gems everyone's recommending are, oh, you should play Final Fantasy 14 or you should play Far Cry 5. Like they're these huge games. These are not hidden gems. But then every now and then somebody will mention a game. Somebody mentioned a game called Fell Seal, and it's an SRPG. We talked about SRPGs last week, but they said it's made by people who really wanted to kind of emulate that Final Fantasy Tactics formula. I had never even heard of this game, and I would probably never hear about this game except for this random person commenting on this forum. But if I was going through Steam and looking through the sales, I always scroll through the whole thing, so I probably would have seen it then. So, the only way you're going to hear it is either a random word of mouth or by scrolling through sales because there's just way too much out there.
Put it in your hat for next podcast theme. Hidden gems. I have one that I'm sure no one knows, and it's a fantastic game.
All right, fantastic.
I'll save it. I'll save it for then.
All right. So Antoine's looking forward to Kenna and Far Cry 6. Do you think you're actually going to pick them up or?
Kenna for sure. Far Cry 6. Yeah, no, I'm seeing this by myself. Yes, I will get them.
All right, Phil.
I'm gonna for 4 days. Should I not on the last? They'll be shit. Let's do it.
Okay. What about you, Phil? Any games on sale that you're looking forward to?
I would probably I only really have Steam, and without knowing what's going to be on offer, I'm not sure. Is ours already up?
No, we have Midweek Madness up right now, and we have today's deal, but there's no deal for Black Friday yet. We're going to have to wait on that. So, unfortunately.
I will pick up Battlefleet Armada if it's on offer. But Armada 2 anyway. I've been wanting that for ages.
Questions. Maybe Phil would know better than us because I have no clue on this. Do mobile games do sales as well?
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Most of them are free, but free. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, usually for the microtransactions.
Oh,
yeah. From game to game, it depends. The Lord of the Rings game doesn't have any sort of like holiday offers on. They seem to be holiday blind. But other games, Command and Conquer before that, Chaos and Conquest, they did always have like seasonal stuff on like Christmas things and offers and packs. I don't know, because we've not got to Christmas yet. Maybe Black Friday is not considered big enough, so maybe by Christmas they will do something, I would imagine.
So it's just the biggest sale of the year. That's it.
But it's a fairly new game, so if you're 2 months in, maybe they don't need to put offers on their microtransactions when people are willing to pay for the microtransactions.
Yeah, I know Guardian Tales does that all the time, where they're like, oh, okay, we have, you pay this much money and you get 1,000 gems, but now we're having a 50% off sale. You pay half that and you still get 1,000 gems and stuff like that. And they do that all the time. So I'm sure they do it for Black Friday as well.
I've heard that supposedly when it comes to mobile phone games, apparently the bigger the offers, sorry, I dropped my pen. The bigger the offers is supposed to be an indicator of how towards the end of a life cycle of a game is. Because if it's very early on, then they have a higher value of what their microtransaction rate is. But once the game has like progressed for like a year or 2 years or 3 years or so, then they can offer much larger packs because newer players could try and catch up, and older players don't mind so much because they're probably still going to be paying if they're whales for those transactions, and they're getting more bang for their buck.
Yeah.
Whether it's true, I don't know.
I don't know. All right. As for me, obviously I am on the PlayStation Store, so I've got my account up here. So what I've been looking forward to is I can just hit my wish list here, but I saw that Neo 2 were on sale. I played the original Neo when it came out. I didn't play the game. They had a beta that came out, and they said if you can beat the beta over this weekend, when you finally get the game, you'll unlock these things. And I told myself at the time, I said, okay, if I beat this beta, I'm gonna buy the game, and if I don't, well, we'll see. And I just didn't have time that weekend, so I didn't beat it. But after playing, it's one of those Soulsborne type games, and after playing Bloodborne, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm kind of getting a feel for this, so I might pick up one of those, either the first one or both. So we'll see.
Next Halloween.
Yeah. That would be a good Halloween game too. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I always that's my thing on Steam is I put all the horror games up. So for example, Antoine, you recommended, what was it? Araya? Araya. And then when I was playing, I guess it was on the last day that I played. It was on the last day that I played Dread Out 2, and somebody recommended another game. It starts with an L. But yeah, so they recommended that. So, whenever these horror games go on sale, I'm always like, okay, grab it and save it for Halloween. So we'll see if now, granted, they always have those kind of sales around Halloween anyway. So we'll see if those games are prioritized or not. But yeah, we'll see what's up there. And I have a few other ones that I've been waiting for. Usually smaller indie games that maybe my students will recommend or something. Like Amori was a game that a student of mine said, oh, teacher, you should stream this game. You should stream this game. So I have it. I picked it up on a sale. I haven't played it yet, so I'm going to have to play that at some point. But yeah, that's basically, I do the same thing. I just go throughout the year and add to my wish list, and especially on Steam, because I am primarily a PlayStation player, so I don't typically play games on Steam unless I can't find them on the PlayStation. So Steam usually just ends up being a wish list and waiting for sales. I don't, seek out games usually.